అందరికీ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. చాప్టర్ 3 10th క్లాస్ విద్యార్థులకు డిజిటల్ క్లాసెస్లో భాగంగా ఈరోజు 3వ చాప్టర్ సంబంధించి ఇవాల్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్క్యులేటరీ సిస్టమ్ అనే టాపిక్ గురించి వివరించడానికి కె విష్ణువర్ధన్ రెడ్డి గారు, స్కూల్ అసిస్టెంట్ బయోసైన్స్, జెడ్పిహెచ్ఎస్ తాళ్లపెంట సార్ రెడీగా ఉన్నారు. సార్ వెల్కమ్ సార్.
Thank you, Ranjit sir. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to YouTube live class. We are in the third chapter, that is transportation, the circulatory system. And you already learned about the functions of and different organs in circulatory system. And also you learned external and internal features of the heart. We know that all cells need a wide variety of materials. The circulatory system is a network of blood vessels that supplying the body with oxygen and nutrients while removing carbon dioxide and waste. You know that food we eat, the liquids we drink, and gases that we breathe should be transported to every each and every cell should be transported out of the body. In unicellular organisms like amoeba, there is no need of circulatory system because they are closely in contact with surrounding environment. So all the materials they need will be simply diffused into the body. Multicellular organisms are also made up of 2 or 3 layers of cells. So they also close get different materials through diffusion. So they don't need a separate circulatory system. As organisms evolved and consists of many cells tissues, diffusion is not efficient to transport these materials. If they want to transport these materials through diffusion, it may take important materials. As you know, gas exchange is one of the major functions of transportation. If there is no separate and particular respiratory organs, there is no need. If there is a the gases should be transported from these respiratory organs, transported to inner cells, and carbon dioxide from those cells should be transported out of the body. As the complexity of organisms increases, the complexity of the circulatory system is also developed. Advanced invertebrates got pulsative organs that resembles heart, and invertebrates got closed circulatory system that transports blood and minerals or nutrients very quickly to needy parts. Okay, today we are going to learn about the evolution of circulatory system by studying different organisms. Okay, gas exchange is one of the essential functions of the circulatory system. Here, these two organisms, Paramecium and amoeba, are from protozoa. A circulatory system is not needed in organisms like this because they have no specialized respiratory organs and they are unicellular organisms. Because oxygen and carbon dioxide can diffuse directly between their body tissues and the external environment. Because it has close contact with this external environment. Oxygen can diffuse directly into the organism and carbon dioxide also diffuses out of the body. This is the mode of nutrition in unicellular organism like amoeba. The mode of nutrition here is holistic. They eat tiny or microscopic plants and animals as food which floats in water in which it lives. The process of obtaining food by amoeba is called phagocytosis. This means cell feeding. Here, amoeba ingests total organism. Amoeba has no mouth, so food is ingested by using pseudopodia. When food comes near amoeba, amoeba ingests this food particle by forming temporary finger-like projections. These finger-like projections called as pseudopodia. They form these finger-like projections and ingest these food particle into the body of this organism. After ingestion, this amoeba forms a phagosome or food vacuole. Amoeba ingests this food particle and some of the water also. Around this amoeba forms a phagosome or food vacuole. After forming food vacuole, in this food vacuole, digestive enzymes will be released. These digestive enzymes break down the particle and broken down particles can be diffused throughout the body. Here, amoeba don't need any circulatory system because this is made up of only one cell. This got oxygen from surrounding environment as well as the nutrients can be diffused throughout the body of this unicellular organism. And then this sponge belongs to porifera. Unlike protozoans, the poriferans are multicellular. However, these are not developed. The cells that make up a sponge are not organized into tissues. Therefore, sponges lack true tissues and organs. Sponges have some specialized cells which have specific functions. And the shape of this sponge are adapted for maximal efficiency of water flow through the central cavity. This is the central cavity where water flows through and comes out through this osculum. Okay. Poriferans are characterized by the presence of pores throughout this body. Their food is trapped when water passes through the ostia and out through the osculum. Bacteria smaller than 0.5 microns in size and trapped by covenocytes. Covenocytes, here we can see the different types of cells in porifera. Here you can see different types of cells. These are covenocytes which can be seen in inner lines of poriferan sponges. These collar cells trap different food materials which flow through this water. Water pass through ostia and gets into central cavity, which is this also called as spongocoel. The materials which are present in this area will be trapped by these covenocytes and they ingested into these covenocytes by phagocytosis. After phagocytosis, they just digested in these covenocytes. They just digested by these covenocytes. After digestion, these amoebocytes transport that materials to different parts of that organism. So here also, these organisms also don't need circulatory system, because the circulation is performed by water flow. The inner line cells get oxygen through the water which is present in spongocoel, and external cells also get from the water in the outer environment, oxygen from water in outer environment. Okay. This is the process of water flow in sponges. You can see the water passing through the osteums, and water gets into the spongocoel or cavity, then flows out through osculum. Some of the materials can be trapped by covenocytes. These covenocytes digest and get phagocytes and digest this material, and amoebocytes transport different materials to different cells of the sponge. And this is Hydra, which belongs to Cnidaria. This is the first organism that undergo extracellular digestion. These organisms have special structure that is called gastrovascular cavity. This is the gastrovascular cavity. These organisms have this gastrovascular cavity, digests the food as well as circulates the food materials to all the cells in the body. This is the polyp form of Cnidarian. This is Hydra. This has tentacles. This just push the food materials into the gastrovascular cavity. As food entered in the gastrovascular cavity, the food will be digested by the digestive enzymes released by inner lining cells. These inner lining cells produce digestive enzymes. Then these digestive enzymes will digest the food materials. The digested or broken down materials can be transported throughout the body by the water present in this gastrovascular cavity. So these organisms also don't need circulatory system, because gastrovascular cavity can transport all the materials to all over the body. Remaining undigested food can be pass through the single opening, that is works as mouth and anus. Okay, this is another organism that belongs to Cnidaria. This is jellyfish. You can find mesoglea. This is dead tissue. This mesoglea is dead tissue. The digested food can be transported through mesoglea. For gases exchange, the inner lining cells get oxygen through the water present in gastrovascular cavity. Oxygen diffuse into inner layer cells from gastrovascular cavity, as well as outer layer cells. Epidermal cells get oxygen from outer environment. So this is Fasciola hepatica, which belongs to Platyhelminthes. These worms do not have circulatory system in the usual sense. There are no veins, lymph nodes, or arteries. Instead, they are fairly small in size, which are so flat. Flatworms are able to breathe through their skin. That is called integument. These are so flat, so there will be no many layers of cells. The layers of cells are two or more, so they can get oxygen from surrounding environment. So they can get oxygen through diffusion, and their digestive system is branched. Fasciola lacks circulatory system, but the ramification of digestive canal, the ramification, branched digestive system distributes nutrients to different parts of the body. Digestion is mostly extracellular for some, but somehow intracellular digestion is also occurs. Okay, first intracellular amoeba and paramecium perform intracellular digestion, but cnidarians perform extracellular digestion. Cnidarians are the first organisms which possess extracellular digestion. Okay, this is the flatworm, and this is tapeworm, which lives. This is a parasitic organism which lives in intestine of human beings. This is also so flat. This lacks gut. This organism has no digestive system. This organism just get all nutrients which are available in human intestine, that are glucose or amino acids, through diffusion through this integument. This tegument, this tegument is so this organism is so flat, so all nutrients can be diffused into this organism. This is pneumatic helminthes organism, that is roundworm. In this organism also there is no circulatory system, but in the pseudocoelom there is a fluid. That fluid works as transportation medium. When the food is digested in this digestive tract, all the nutrients can be transported to this the fluid present in pseudocoelom. After pseudocoelom gets these nutrients, these nutrients will be transported to all over the body. Gases also diffused through tegument and then transported to these fluid in pseudocoelom. Then fluid flows through all over the body and transport these gases to different parts of this organism. So this is the basis of transportation. There is no actual circulatory system, but the fluid in pseudocoelom flows all over the body and transport different materials to the cells of this roundworm's body. And this is earthworm, belongs to Annelida. Here we can see closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system means blood flows in closed vessels. In last organisms, in what we see, the blood or some fluids flow in canals-like structures. But here in earthworm, the blood flows in vessels. There are two vessels in earthworm, that is dorsal vessel and ventral vessel. Dorsal vessel transport blood anteriorly. That means from back to front, and the ventral vessel transport blood to the posterior part and from front to back. And this organism also have hearts, this pulsatile organs. Pulsatile means beating organs. These beating organs pump blood to ventral vessel from dorsal vessel. Here, from intestine, these blood vessels get nutrients, and these nutrients will be transported through these vessels. And gases exchange. Earthworm breathe through their skin. Their wet skin dissolves oxygen, and that oxygen diffuses through their skin into the blood. After get diffused into the blood transport these gases into different parts of the body. And this is B from Arthropoda. Arthropods possess what we call the open circulatory system. This has no blood vessels. Blood will be simply pumped into the cavities. So this is called as open circulatory system. In the circulatory system, Arthropoda have heart, and this heart pumps blood into dorsal blood vessels that resembles artery, and then into the cavities. This blood just drains the organs in the body. This is the tracheal system which present in arthropods. This tracheal system carries gases directly to the tissues of this organism. So, circulatory system has no role in gases exchange. So, arthropods blood has no hemoglobin. This tracheal system directly transport gases to the cells of the tissues. And this is the closed circulatory system present in humans. We are already learning this. Our blood flows in arteries and veins. This is the difference. These are the differences between open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. You can see here the blood vessels present in closed circulatory system, but blood just be pumped into the cavities which are present in arthropods. This is called as open circulatory system. In open circulatory system, just blood just be pumped into the cavities. Even open circulatory system, they have no vessels. In closed circulatory system, they have blood vessels. What we have learned: unicellular organisms don't need circulatory system, as they can get required materials by simple diffusion. By these examples, we already knew that unicellular organisms don't need circulatory system because they can get all the materials from surrounding environment by diffusion. Simple multicellular organisms made up of 2 or 3 layers of cells can transport materials directly from and to the cells through diffusion or osmosis. Simple multicellular organisms can get materials because they are very close to the surrounding environment, so they can get any materials from surrounding organisms. Cnidarians perform extracellular digestion in gastrovascular cavity. Lining cells in the gastrovascular cavity can absorb nutrients. Actually, these two organisms perform intracellular digestion, but the first organisms which perform extracellular digestion is cnidarians. They can absorb nutrients also. Due to their small size and flat shape, platyhelminthes can get oxygen through their integument. Their branched digestive system transport nutrients to every cell in the body. Platyhelminthes also don't need circulatory system because the branched digestive system just transport required nutrients to every cell in the body. Their excretory system also branched. Just the excretory system collects waste materials from every cell. The fluid present in pseudocoelom of nematodes helps in transportation of materials. In roundworm, we saw this. Annelids have closed circulatory system and pulsative organ to pump the blood throughout the body. These are the animals which got the pulsative organ first time, that is heart, that can pump the blood throughout the body. Arthropods have open circulatory system and heart to pump the blood. These organisms have tracheal system for exchange of gases, and hemolymph only transport nutrients and waste. Arthropods contain open circulatory system. The blood in arthropods called hemolymph because it mixed up with interstitial fluids. So this is called as hemolymph. This hemolymph transport nutrients and waste throughout the body. Advanced organisms possess closed circulatory system and heart as a pumping organ, which help them in quick transportation of materials. Advanced organisms like cardiacs possess closed circulatory system. This closed circulatory system helps in quick transportation of materials. More evolved organisms and multicellular organisms need closed circulatory system because they want the nutrients or other gases very quickly. So advanced organisms possess closed circulatory system and heart is as pumping organ, which help them in quick transportation of materials. Okay, improve your learning. Explain the process of transportation of materials in amoeba. How the cells in sponges get oxygen and nutrients. Why unicellular and simple multicellular organisms don't need a separate circulatory system. Differentiate open and closed circulatory systems. Write the similarities and differences between gastrovascular cavity and our digestive system. What is the advantage of closed circulatory system in advanced multicellular organisms? Try to answer these questions. If you have any doubts, please consult your teacher. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you Ranjit Kumar sir for giving me technical support. Thank you everyone.